Bueno, felicidades por las nominaciones de Grammy.
Gracias.
And it's not one, it's two. Yeah?
Well, actually,
Clarify that for our audience, please.
we were nominated for a Latin Grammy for 2014 for our album Palo Live.
Okay.
And then we found out we were also nominated for what they call it here in Miami, El Grammy Americano.
Which is the real Grammy?
The real Grammy. They're both real Grammys.
They're both real Grammys. Yeah. Okay, that's great.
Everybody says El Americano.
They do here, but anywhere else they don't. Okay, so for those of our audience who don't know who Palo is, tell us about who you guys are, how it came to be.
Right. Well, Steve was the one with the idea. He was the one with the idea of forming the group, and we started in 2003. And we started at Oito Miami. Every Thursday we played for like a year, and that's how the sound kind of came about.
Yeah, it was an idea to do something on my own after all the years that I spent making records for people like Celia Cruz, Willie Chirino, Cheo Feliciano, people like that. I got this idea that I would like to do something kind of more mine. I sort of had avoided being an artist all those years, producing and writing and doing arrangements for people and being in the background. And it was fine. I was very proud of all that work. So this idea was born from there, and I started toying around with the idea of combining funk and Cuban music. And I knew I wanted to have songs, because I'm a song guy. I like to write songs. So I realized, well, I need a really good singer, because I definitely am not the lead vocalist.
That's where you come in.
That's where I came in.
So I found Leslie, and we started messing around writing some songs. And I knew it was going to work. We found the other guys, like Matt and Filbert, and then finally Ed Calle joined the band, and we were off and running.
Now, you are also a songwriter, not just a vocalist. So most of the songs on this album that is nominated are by both of you, right?
Yeah. There's a couple by both of us. There's a couple by men, me and Steve. There's also Filbert, he's involved too. So we all write.
You all write.
Yeah.
And Pepin too.
Pepin, Rolly, my
Pepin,
cousins.
Rolly.
Oh, okay. Family affair?
Yeah, Pepin and Rolly Rivero. They're great writers for like funny stuff. They come up with this.
The double entendres?
Double meaning.
Yeah.
They are
Los cubanos
twins.
son famosos para eso.
Yeah,
Son Imago.
they're twins.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
One is in Cuba, the other one's here.
Oh, okay.
So we communicate via email.
Yeah? Okay.
And chat.
And Skype?
No,
No,
Skype
not
in
Skype?
Cuba.
No,
Just email.
Just email.
Only email.
Okay.
Yeah, what for instance, there's a song on the album called Fumando, and I had the idea for the song, and so I wrote the chorus to the song, and then I knew more or less how I wanted the verses to be, but it was very tricky to get it done, and I'm not a native Spanish speaker, so Pepin and I worked out some of the verses and kind of got the verse more or less worked out. And Leslie came in and sort of fixed stuff up and made it her own. And I would say in a song that if I were to write a song by myself and Palo were to perform it, Leslie would still be half songwriter, because es una sonera. Es una sonera, and what she does in the second half of the song, she makes up on the spot anyway. So she would deserve half songwriter credit
No
right
matter
off the
what.
bat. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always tweaking.
So in this Grammy nomination thing, they've got you categorized as a fusion group, where that's what it's listed as, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Fusion of what? Because your stuff is very danceable.
The nomination for the Grammy is in the general category of tropical Latin.
Best tropical album.
Yes, tropical Latin is what they call it. There are only 4 Latin categories in the Grammys. The Latin Grammys got much more specific, and we were in a category called Best Contemporary Tropical Album of the Year. So it's a little more specific. We started calling the music Afro-Cuban funk a long time ago, for lack of a better term, because there really wasn't a genre that's...
Yeah, it's pretty hard to categorize
Yeah,
you
because
guys.
fusion doesn't quite make it either.
No. No, our CD reviewer, our music critic, called it fusion, but it should be written with a Z.
Okay.
That's great.
So what I realized a couple years ago is when we perform in clubs, the quickest people to catch on to our music are the salseros, the dancers, and salsa fans, people who appreciate salsa. They're nothing is strange to them that the lyrics will be in Spanish and that you could dance salsa to it. But we also realized from the beginning that even someone who doesn't dance salsa, that's not, maybe they're intimidated to dance salsa, they dance to our music too. Raimed made a really good point that dile como la observación tuya sobre la fusión de los ritmos.
So it's funny because it's funny when the last year, no, the last month, we went to the Chicago to play the Cuban festival. Everybody, when we went to start, everybody said, I don't understand nothing, but I can dance. So it's raro, porque es una fusión de you can dance, you can sing, but you don't understand nothing. So la persona dice, no sé qué está pasando, pero me estoy moviendo.
Traspasa los idiomas, sí, traspasa las culturas.
Y puedes bailar solo, él siempre dice eso, es raro porque you can dance alone, you can dance in a couple, and if you're alone, you can dance too, so it doesn't matter.
A lot of the industry people at the Latin Grammys were kind of pulling us off to the side and paying us a lot of compliments, and the thing I heard the most frequently was that they were really happy that this tropical genre was getting a new breath of life, because they were observing a lot of the salsa bands sort of repeating the formula and doing what they did in a similar way. And
it's been a while.
Yeah.
And so they were happy to, people mentioned, it kind of reminds me of the spirit of the Fania movement, where people were experimenting.
There was some innovation.
Yeah, and they also mentioned a lot the songwriting and just the fun aspect of stuff that we do. So that was really nice to hear that from people who are like in our industry telling us.
Yeah. So I get emails all the time from Salsa Power readers wanting to know where they can go dance in Miami. And as you well know, in Miami in the last year or so, a lot of the old-time places that we used to go to have closed.
Yeah.
Including Pat's, which was your kind of home for a while.
Yeah, we were there sometimes twice.
Yeah, for a long time. So, is there a live music scene in Miami now? And if so, where is it?
There is. Doing what we do, we have to really be thankful for all the support we've gotten from the venues. We've played a lot of the best clubs in Miami, in fact most of them. We still play occasionally at Hoy Como Ayer, which is in Little Havana. That's where we got our start. We have a new home, a new joint that opened up in Little Havana called Ball and Chain, and they're supporting. Really cool. They're supporting us, and they also created what we're calling Miami Boheme Night, which is all the bands from Miami Boheme and similar Miami bands that are being featured there on Fridays. So we did that.
Tell our listeners what Miami Boheme is.
Miami Boheme is a film, documentary film. You can find it on the internet as far as like the trailer. It hasn't been officially released digitally yet. And it was directed by Joe Cardona and Ralph Gonzalez. It's about bands like Palo, the Latin fusion original music bands in Miami. It's featuring Palo and 5 other bands locally. Locos por Juana, Afro-Beta, Elastic Bond, Suénalo, and the Spam All-Stars. So there is a scene, and these bands are performing locally. We have been playing a lot at Yucca lately on South Beach. We had to kind of take a break because of all this, award craziness. But we're going to be back at Yucca at some point, and there are other places around that are supporting what we do, so it's beautiful.
Where is Ball and Chain?
Ball and Chain is, some people might know it as what used to be La Casa de Tula. It's originally this place was called the Ball and Chain in the 40s and 50s. It was a jazz club, and the owner, once he didn't have anyone leasing the place anymore, he decided to turn it into what it used to be. And it's a music spot, and it's a great bar and a great place to party. They've got
Luke's awesome too. They redid the whole ceiling, the whole walls. They have like the old posters from the 40s and 50s.
Oh, very cool.
It's great.
Yeah, it's almost like a restoration of what it was.
And it's got a great patio too. It's got like an outside part, which is like a whole patio with a big stage. It's just awesome.
I was there the other night when Suenolo was performing. The place was packed just like it was when we played there. And people are just there having a blast. Great place.
Definitely need to get them listed.
Yeah, so we're going to get them on there. And, you know, as far as Palo goes, you can always just go to GoPalo.com and find out where we're playing. But this...
See, you're doing something New Year's Eve at a little restaurant.
Yeah. There's a hot, I wouldn't say new because he's been around for a while, chef in Miami. His name is Albert Cabrera. And he opened a restaurant to rave reviews, a place called Bread and Butter, which is a really great Cuban place, but he kind of does his own thing with the Cuban food.
And he makes the fresh bread. And
Yeah.
very cute.
People rave about his food. Anyway, he opened up this little sandwich shop in Little Havana, and he wanted to do a New Year's Eve party with us. So that's what we're doing, not in the shop, but behind the shop there's this beautiful courtyard. So it's going to be kind of an intimate thing. So check us out there, New Year's Eve.
Very cool. It's listed on Salsa Power in the events section on the Miami Salsa City Guide.
Excellent.
Okay, so what's next for you guys after the Grammy? Then what?
Oh, there's plans, a lot of plans.
¿A dónde van? ¿Qué van a hacer?
Trabajar.
¿Ah?
Trabajar.
Trabajar.
Work.
Mucho.
Right now,
¿Dónde?
when I
¿Cuándo?
leave this interview, I'm probably going to change out on my shirt, and I'm going to go paint because we're shooting a new video for this song La Malanga Resbala, which is one of the songs off the Grammy-nominated album Palo Live, and we're doing it on a shoestring budget because it's amazing. We're still the same band we've always been. We're unsigned. We don't have a record company behind us. There's no major investor. So everything we've done has just been because of the support of our friends and our fans who come and see us. And when we make a video, it's usually, well, you know, we'll shoot it somewhere. And, you know, actually, some of the videos were shot inside my house or just out on the street without a permit. Don't say that to the city of Miami. So that is one of the new things. We're having a new video for La Malanga Resbala, so look for that soon. Agarra la congana.
Que la malanga te bala. Cuidado. Agarra la congana.
So the Malanga dance is going to be in there. We're going to have...
So there's a whole dance that
There's
goes
a
with the
dance
song.
to the Malanga,
Well, I think you should show it to us.
All right.
That was kind of it.
Okay.
That's a good...
You have to always show
I
it
think
to
they're going to be out of the shot, but that's all right.
No.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I don't
come
know
on.
the
It's easy.
dance,
It's
so
very
I
easy.
don't.
1, 2, 1, 2. Que la malanga resbala. Cuidado. Agarra la congana. Que la malanga resbala. Cuidado. Agarra la congana. Mulata.
Oh, yeah.
Very easy.
Thank you very much.
Very, very simple. We can all learn it.
And you should all learn it because you're going to be dancing to it the night of the Grammys.
Yeah.
We hope so. Well, we plan on going out to LA for the Grammys, and that's just like we did at the Latin Grammys. We just have a blast all the time. It's a party.
Are you going to be playing?
We are definitely going to be playing somewhere in Los Angeles, and it looks like maybe the week prior, we're probably going to have a show in San Francisco, our first time in San Francisco. So look
Do you know where in San Francisco?
We're not sure yet. It looks like Yoshi's wants us, so hopefully we can work something out for
This is a
that.
great venue.
Yeah.
And there's a couple possibilities up in the air, so we haven't decided. So just keep in touch with SalsaPower.com, and you'll know where we're going to be.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Pleasure.
Bye. Thank you.